Probably no one cares. Do we even have people in here? Oh, we got one. That's probably Nuke. Right. Just need to finish setting up. Are we live? Yeah, we are. I don't know. Moderation and management. Private, make it public. Thumbnail. To today's. Save. Right. Are we live? I can't tell. Let me just reload YouTube. There we go. That's better. There we go. Hello? Right, there we go. Make sure everything's fine. Make sure it's dandy. Yeah, we're public. We're live. We're recording. And both of the people that are in here are staff, so they can be brought up. Hello. What?
I was typing, suddenly the prompt came and it just pulled me up.
Yeah. Oh, Jack, you have been invited up. If you want to come up, you can. Actually, no, you're an admin. You need to drag yourself up. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Right, so as a little overview, I guess, of what we did yesterday. Because I think that's polite. We sorted out what essentially is the council. So we did the council and we did the judges. So you've got judges here, Prime Minister, which has all been done here, the judges, and then we did the councillor, which is pretty easy. So today is what I really aimed to do is speed run through guards, managers, ministers and clerks, mostly because a lot of these positions isn't that much change. To guards obviously there's a lot of change. However, that can be rather easily dealt with. The others, on the other hand, almost have little to no change, except for maybe managers. So yeah, ministers and clerks could potentially just be a copy-paste of what we've got right now and edit slightly. And where we get to do a lot of the fun work would be with guards and managers. So, is everyone on board? You want a link? Sure. Give me a sec. Just make sure. Share. Can comment. There we go. Right. There you go. So, yeah. Oh, and we've also got Ichigo who's showed up. Ichigo is just catching the other two up on what we've been doing. Ichigo has been acting as, I guess, almost as a secretary throughout this entire experience, helping me with a lot of the wording and stuff. So, Ichigo, if you do wish to potentially come up here, I do see it as only right that you should have the chance to come up and speak, especially because of how vital you have been so far. Let me just invite you up. There you go. Oh, and we've got Dragon. Shit. Dragon, you're a admin. You're a guard. You can drag yourself up whenever you feel like it. We've got Koi. Huh. Damn. We've got a... there we go. Dragon, you should be able to invite yourself up. But there you go. I'll send you an invite. Because I see you've got a hand down there. This is actually a pretty full session. And a lot of the hard, heavy lifting work's already been over and done with. Oh, we lost Koi. Never mind. But Dragon, your request to come up here has been sent. So feel free to use that whenever. Okay, so where are we? We are at the guards. So let's just give us some space to work with. Here. Should be enough space. Yeah. Alright, guards. So we need the requirements section. And the cans and cannots. Right, so requirements for the guards. Anyone got any ideas? Great, everyone's muted up here. Fucking.
Yes, I have ideas.
Right, okay. Right, so let's hear 'em, Nuke.
So, till now, at least in the new ROTC, if we look up what guards definitions and everything are for them,
Yeah.
there isn't much to go off of. I mean, as a requirement, like, to become a guard, we have specifically have been member for 2 weeks, not have been banned in the past 6 months, not have been accused of social erosion in the past 6 months, and be at least 14 years old.
Yeah.
Which I find, I mean, they're quite good. If that is basically what you meant, like requirements for them to become a guard, or specifically other stuff.
Yeah, requirements for them to even be allowed to be a guard.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they're quite decent. I wouldn't see how much more we would go into it. I mean, are we going with the idea of overseers and everything too?
Yeah, they have already been done. The council. They are the council now. We gave them a cool name.
Okay, so guards are just moderation.
Yeah, this is strictly moderation.
Yeah, I know that. I find the requirements from the past RTC good. Unless Ichigo has another feature.
Yeah.
The only thing that total when we do these the requirements, we change the wording for the be convicted of social erosion in the past 6 months instead of being accused. That's the only thing.
Oh, hang on. That's just reminded me. Not been banned or convicted of social erosion within the last 6 months. As soon as you said that, I just saw the councillor. We didn't fully. So yeah, that seems to be a running theme. Social erosion within.
Anybody can accuse anybody of social erosion, and if you accuse somebody, then according to the ROTC, it doesn't matter if you were convicted or not. So we want to make sure that you can't just willy-nilly say, "Hey, you're social erosion. You can't be nothing for 6 months now."
There we go. Right, so I feel like that is definitely going to stay the same. Cannot have been accused or convicted of social erosion.
Good to me.
The only thing I am going to suggest is has been in the server for I wanna maybe perhaps up the length of time you have to be in the server before you become a guard. What does everyone else think? It's at 2 weeks, I believe. Actually,
I'd say 3 months is maybe a little bit too long.
yeah.
I'd say just up it from 2 weeks to 4 weeks. Make it an entire month. That way you've like established yourself
Actually,
for a month as a member.
would we need to put a requirement for length of amount of time being in the server? Because now that guards are a chosen position, by the monarch, do we really can that be something that maybe a monarch can leave up to themselves? Okay. Fair. Do you want to keep it then maybe as 2 weeks? Or increase it?
2 weeks could be fine. I wouldn't put you as 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having 4 weeks just makes it so that, you know, everybody has a chance to feel out the person and whatnot.
Yeah. So they are chosen by the monarch now. I would have to disagree. Simply because if we have, like, leaving up to, like, voting and stuff and for the council to deal with it, then that kind of takes away the whole purpose of taking away the politicization of moderation. Hence why if it's done by the owner, then we know at least then it's more concise, it's more like that it isn't like you're just picking your best friends. You're picking who the admin who you want, and also it means that it can be speedily done. Jack, Wisconsin, same election cycle. Where's this? Sorry, I wanna. Where's the suggestion for? Oh yeah, we're not going with the same election cycle. It's just gonna be whenever. I think didn't we should have clarified somewhere how the new elections. Council. Yeah. Yeah, the quarter system's kind of just going completely out the fucking window.
So the way that it was explained during the last session was that, so we have a 3-month period. At the end of the 3rd month would be a 7-day election period, and then it goes from there. You get your 3 months after those 7 days. And then if somebody were to step down as a counselor and there needs to be another election, then it immediately turns into another election, and then that counselor is put there until the next 3-month cycle is up, to which
Yeah.
7-day cycle starts of election period, and then 3 months again.
I put it somewhere like how the system worked. Yeah, the vote itself for the election has to take place within the last 7 days of the 3rd month. If an election is called early, then the next election will take place within the last 3 months of the 3rd month from when the early election was called. Only it is only when a but only can an election be called early if not the majority of the council needs to be replaced. If it is just one member that needs to be replaced, then the original election day for the rest of the council will stay the same. I also believe somewhere we put it, depending on like what part of the month the election ran on. I think it was Prime Minister, maybe. Did we put the election stuff? Sorry, as a lot of people can see, can create. Will moderate. Responsible for suggestion box. Creates. Highest voted. I feel like I put that somewhere. That's fine. Yeah. It's just at the end of the 3 months from when the last election took place. It's just so we've got a little bit of consistency, because if we need to re-elect all of the councillors halfway, like nearer the end of the election, near the end of the 3 months, then we don't have to then hold another election like 2 weeks after that. It just then kickstarts. Okay, right. That's the beginning of the new 3-month period. It's simply just to like not like stuff us up with shit tons of elections and votes and stuff. And just streamline.
Jack, though, I honestly fail to see the reasoning behind it. I mean, the way we do it now is we have those quarters, we vote, and in the case that one of them, turns out to be bad or goes down, we emergency elect a new one, which seems quite fine. The system you are suggesting would mean that, at least how I understood this, for example, let's say we want Jack to be up in the councillors, and we vote Jack into it. Now Jack's 3-month period starts. Now, let's say a month later, I say, okay, I want Total to be a councillor, I vote Total, then your 3-month period starts. It seems like a lot to track instead of just having a...
No, they would all be on the same time. It's just if we need to elect a new one. So all of the elections still happen at the same time for the whole council. It's just if one person leaves, you keep it fine. If two or more, if 2 councillors leave, that being either that including the Prime Minister, because the Prime Minister is technically a councillor. If 2 of them leave, then you have to do a completely new election, because that's the majority of them leaving, and then the 3 months would begin right after that election has been held. If that makes sense.
So
It's pretty much the same thing that we have now. It's just we're not constricted by when quarters are and stuff. It's just every 3 months.
So basically, so what Totaled is, I feel like Totaled not explaining it good enough maybe. Personally, I don't care. I liked both systems that were proposed. But the way Totaled wants it to be is that, you know how recently we lost a bunch of guards, right? And due to us losing a bunch of guards, we couldn't hold another election until the election cycle ends up changing. So we had to temporarily put in guards to wait until that election cycle happens. Total is trying to avoid that. Huh?
definitely could have.
Nah, nah, that's not how I was explained to. But okay.
Now the reason fraud didn't make an so basically what happens is when, let's say now Jack says he doesn't want to be. We actually had the situation like Jack was inactive and then he stepped down. So and as far as I know, an emergency election was held and somebody else was put in. This is absolutely something we can do. The reason fraud didn't do it is because a lot of guards stepped down immediately. Um, to which he went into the protocol thing. The guidelines suggested that when this happens, he's allowed to take total control and basically like rebuild the guards and shit and make his own sort of thing. And that's what Fraud did. But he could have absolutely held an election. But I mean, I like the system. If I understand what you mean now. It's, I don't see anything wrong with it. I find it. I don't know. I honestly don't care. They're both fine.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Well, the guards don't have a turn. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There's no turn limit on a guard. Oh, on council? I don't know about. I don't personally care. I mean, 3 months or 6 months works.
6 months I don't think is fully necessary, because one of the problems people had with it being guards that are constantly re-elected is they don't have enough time to get to grips with like the actual moderation side. However, because it's a councillor and you're just making suggestions, I feel like it's okay that we
Yeah.
can elect them every 3 months, and then that way we can still keep it all fresh and tidy and stuff. We're not waiting like 6 years to get rid of some controversial. Whoa.
What the fuck? Jesus.
Damn.
Nah, his vibrator started. See, here's the. I mean, I don't. I see your point. It's a very valid point. And honestly, I don't care if we do 6 months. I just wanted to clear out. I was one of the people that criticized the 3 month quarters, but specifically for me, it was because they didn't have enough time because moderation was in their hands, and usually we had new guards that then didn't know how to handle situations after they learned it. That's why I personally thought that idea. I do see your point, and it's a very good one at that. I just feel like two things that I'm not really happy with. I think the prime minister should at least have a longer quarter than the councillors. For example, like if we do say okay, councillor 6 months, then at least make the prime minister once a year or something, which already is very extreme, but like something around that, if you understand.
Because
On
currently, Prime Minister is 6 months re-election in the current ROTC.
yeah, no, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just so the prime minister has a bit longer, and on the councillor thing, I could go both ways. I think having new councillors often can be a refresh when people have like great ideas and they can actually bring it up. That would be fun. At the same time, I also think that having the same councillor for 6 months does help a lot with um, them learning how to do the shit. But, and here comes the big but, we have to look at it this way. When we have, for example, let's say Jack turns into a counselor and he does a really good job, the possibility that you get re-elected would probably be very high. Now, at the same time, if we elect you and you do a terrible job, the possibility that you get elected isn't very high. So I feel like if you put it on 6 months, we would sort of make the people suffer under a bad counselor, even though, of course, we can throw them out. I think the monarch could throw them out if they needed to, but that's sort of what I'm thinking, because every time it comes to mind is like frickin' presidents and their election times, and when you have a trash president, you have to wait till they get unelected and shit, you know?
Yeah.
I hear that. So, I'm fair with that part, but Prime Minister at 6 months and then Council at 3. That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Because the thing with the Prime Minister, since that's the like co-owner, like I don't think Fraught would want that like changing every 3 months for his sake. Because
Mm.
and that's also the one that you need a lot of time apart because there's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah, my issue with the prime minister elections in itself, I'm not sure how it got in there. I think the prime minister in itself in our current ROTC does not need an election per se. My issue mostly is that I'm just scared that this system basically encourages the same thing that has been happening right now with like Total and shit, where the monarch doesn't trust his PM because the PM has sort of just even more has to be the very instance the monarch can put all of his trust into. And I feel like it's just easier for the monarch to put his trust into someone that he personally trusts instead of someone that the community put into place that they trust.
Right. Because yeah, the current ROTC can be either the monarch directly picks them or it can be aided by an election.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like saying. Like I think like it would have been way easier to just have Fraud choose them, but Fraud doesn't like that.
And if Fraught wants to do the election, if any monarch wants to, that's obviously their choice. And I think they obviously have that risk of someone they don't quite trust, but yeah, I mean, having it strictly be elected.
Yeah, I wouldn't be on top with the strictly elected. Honestly, I personally think they shouldn't be elected anyway. At least give the monarch a choice. But I personally tend to just say the monarch has to choose a prime minister. But at the same time, it's weird.
This is interesting.
Maybe each goes over.
What do you think?
Alright.
We're currently discussing whether or not the Prime Minister should be an elected position or a position chosen by the monarch.
Well, see, that's where you're gonna get into two sides of a coin, right? Because the prime minister, while being a counselor and being a third vote for the counselors, is also the technical second in command. So, do you want the potential temporary monarch to be somebody who is constantly in and out of the position? Or do you want that person to be a permanent, person that's been selected and curated for that position? So, I mean, that's
Want the second kind, someone who has experience.
yeah, I don't see having the prime minister be an elected position would make sense on the side of them being a counselor, but then they're also the second in command of the community. So, I mean, that's a little bit of a dangerous play if you want to make that an elected position.
I say keep the current system, which the ROTC says appointed by monarch, but recommended to be elected. So they still get the choice, but
Okay.
Yeah. And so, okay, then with that, the prime minister doesn't have a technical term limit then. Right.
Ah,
right.
I can't see.
That would make the most sense, I guess. I mean, ugh.
If they are elected, they are chosen at the same time as
Yeah,
the
I
count.
didn't
There we
know
are. They're going
What
through
did
now.
you just say, Twitter?
How the new system will work is that is if they are to be elected, They're recommended to be at the same time, elected at the same time as the councillors, and it will be whichever councillor is best, does the best in terms of like how many votes under the current voting system. There you go. Happy?
Yeah, that's good.
Alright. Alright, now let's get back on topic. Guards. Because as soon as this ROTC is done and voted on and everyone agrees with it, the sooner we can actually start enforcing a lot of this shit. Mostly because I need I need like a proper staff team. Desperately. So I'm really pushing for time here.
Alright, so honestly, the only thing the guards, I don't think there's anything else to change about the guards, because the cans and cannots are just the simple moderation clauses that they have in the old ROTC, so other than what we have changed already, it's just a direct port, except for, you know, all the dating.
You can't forget that the old guard thingy just says that guards have to be, like, it's not even a rule, it's just sort of a rating that they have to be professional and shit. I would like to see that being enforced as a sort of thing, that a guard has to be professional, and obviously has to also be an unbiased instance, because we really just don't need that shit going on.
Right. Now we want to make sure that that's in like that's not directly tied to the position itself, but it's a rule of the position that needs to be followed.
Yeah, okay. God, I cannot. Nuke, you excited for all the judges officially having to rewrite, like, to put this in a nice, neat order?
Oh yes. Just being that I will be the one doing it.
No, don't worry, Nuke. I'll be there. I don't care if it's I don't care. I don't give a shit if it like breaks some rules or offends like someone in like 3 years ago. I don't give a shit.
You should definitely be saying that to a judge.
What? I don't give a
You
shit.
don't care about the rules.
Look, we need this. We need this more than the rules. So I will help like formally write this out. We need this more than we need the rules. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's fine. I'm just saying. It's like telling the police that you have heroin in your pocket.
There we go. Right, the first can and cannot be professional and unbiased at all times. There we go. So it's formally cemented. No bias allowed.
Do we want to add that the guards should moderate situations according to the ROTC guidelines, or is that just going to be a given?
Once we like formally rewrite the ROTC and everything, I'll do a flowchart for the guards of like what to do when dealing with members, and like a punishment system and a warning system and stuff.
Right.
I actually also
Here's something that-
what?
I was going to say, here's something that maybe we should add to the requirement or have it written down somewhere, that in order to be an official guard, they have to pass like a trial period of, you know, the test and maybe some impromptu scenarios they have to go through, and maybe a trial period, something along those lines.
I see where you're coming from. I think the scenarios are.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
What?
Oh my god, they're already complaining.
Geez, you can't see this, Nuke, but impressing couple members just brought up that nothing changed about these discussions.
Oh my fucking god. This is being...
Yeah, I don't care. Look, it's a very simple concept. Nothing changed about this discussions because they're not joining.
Show
Something
up
changed
then.
before.
I'm literally just gonna say, show up
I'm,
then.
like, I'm serious. It's not our fault if they don't want to show up. They don't want to show up. That's their problem. Um, and that's that for that story. Like at this point, it's just getting ridiculous. And even if
People,
they're watching this live stream, like my
show
God,
up then and take the
please
people's
stop
place.
complaining. Alright, yeah. Point is, like, where were we? Talking about the guards. Fuck, I forgot where we were.
I was talking about having some kind of tests
Shut
or
up. Oh,
trial
yeah.
period for them.
Right, yeah. So
I don't
think
give a
the
shit if I'm
tests,
being snarky.
while having a good
Show up.
intention, my problem is that I've never really seen it fully do much because usually those tests don't really represent much of a like real world situation. But I mean, we can implement it. I just never seen them be more effective than knowing how to technically do something. Trial period is a good idea, but you have to keep in mind that the guards in itself are elected and disbanded by the monarch anyway, so the trial period is mostly like, you know, if you do a trash job, the monarch is gonna just yeet you. Or the overseer.
Right.
I have
does
ample
that,
time.
So it's like unimportant anyway, in my opinion.
So, okay. So then, with that being said, I would say that a test probably would be the best, and with that, I would absolutely be happy to write the test because, as we all know, I'm the kind of guy that knows how to, you know, get the guards riled up. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, what we want the guards to be able to know how to do is to de-escalate a situation and not escalate it further, right? That's the kind of scenario that we want the guards to be good at doing, right?
So what you're suggesting is putting them into a room with you and seeing how long it takes for them to escalate.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say we test them on scenarios that could lead to an escalation of a problem, or it could lead to a de-escalation of a problem if the guard can use the knowledge that they've been given to, you know, properly de-escalate a situation. Something simple like that, maybe. I'm open for ideas here.
Look, I'm currently dealing with what's going on in precinct, so this is up to you. This is up to all of you. I'm having to fucking deal with... Great, now I'm getting lectured on communicate. Oh, for fuck's sake. I swear to fucking God.
Communication.
Apparently now this is my fault.
Don't sit down and take it, Total. You got this.
I'm just gonna ignore them.
Show him who's number one.
I'm literally being told to be completely fair, you aren't really cooperating with staff on times we are available for the rewrite. You're cooperating on your own time. It's almost like I have a life and I live in a different country and I can't be up when staff are up.
Not to mention that to me, personally, it seems like the staff is very much up.
You go.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what else do they want? Fucking Jack is here, and if Jack isn't American, I don't fucking know what Jack is. And I feel like the other staff team is also freaking American, so I don't... Like, fine, they have a life, but Jesus Christ, it's like, what time there? Like, 5 or 6?
I mean, it's about 4 o'clock for me right now. I'm also at my step grandparents' house too, just chilling in the car with my wife's inside. So I mean, I'm sitting here making time for this, even though I could be, you know, doing my own life stuff. But because I actually care about doing this, here I am. But no, God forbid they have to actually.
Literally
you know,
every single time we've had a rewrite, I've stayed up till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, wrecking my sleep schedule to get this shit done, so you fucking Americans can show up and give me your feedback. I do it. They still complain. I swear. Just honestly, at this rate, I think we should just have this entire server run by Europeans and Ichigo.
Honestly,
Europeans. I feel a certain hatred towards Jack. I don't know where. It's
And you,
coming
Jack.
from.
And Jack, you know what? No, you can stay.
okay, that's okay.
I feel like I've been accepted by the Europeans.
You
That's how
have.
I feel.
No, you're accepted because, like, you're actually here.
Oh, dude, can I get my beans and toast now?
Just no, please don't speak like that. And I swear to fucking God, if any single one of you disrespects beans on toast, we're gonna start having some problems.
Depends. What kind of beans?
Baked.
Bushes, baked beans,
Baked beans.
bushes.
Right, I'm waiting for the butt. I'm literally waiting
No,
for the
yeah,
butt.
Blood?
No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no.
right? Okay.
Look. When someone does the, I understand this, I understand that. There's always a but. But where's literally I call it.
Yeah,
How anything has changed after the result of the ballot. The staff are rewriting it. It's done here because I still want people to give feedback. And none of the fucking staff have shown up. Unless, yeah, literally, Jack. If you or Nuke don't show up, none of the other staff shows up. So I have to resort to going to the people once again because the fucking staff that I hire to show up and be here don't fucking show up and be here. It's actually insane and stupid, and I'm sorry. Thank you. Oh fuck, we've lost Ichigo. Shit. Right, there we go. Right, the judges can't be complaining now because it is staff that's rewriting this ROTC. Right, come on. Let's get the cans and cannots done before the guards, before I, like, break every single position in this server just to fucking get this done. Right. Guards. Fuck, where's Ichigo?
Yeah, well, I think kind of as we said, what we have was decent for the guard, right?
Yeah, right. Shit. Can anyone send me, like, the shit for the guard so I can literally just copy paste it? And then I...
Just open the old document.
Nuke sent it me. Where's Nuke? Thank you, Nuke. There we go. Right, requirements. We've already got the requirements done. Meet members. Alright, it's just in staff and powers that copied over. Alright, now let's get rid of that because they're already make them vote on proposals. That is now
Well, that's
gone. Request changes to their hours of responsibility. Yep. Make announcements by pinging notifications or other relevant. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, I feel like should council be able to make announcements? Yeah.
I think so, because if, like, the council changes something, should they be able to say it?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Or
Uh,
yeah.
No, I feel like the council should be able to.
Yeah, I'm with you there, that the council.
Right. I just need to go through. Are they still complaining in there?
I kind of shut it down. So,
Don't judge something if you can't be there. I mean, not wrong. Not wrong. Right. If they are unavailable, they can use the timeout feature on members. Make announcements by pinging. Propose punishments and resolutions for muted members. Request changes to their hours. Moderate along ROTC guidelines. Mute members. Unmute members. There we go. Right, perfect. Right, managers. Fuck, right. Do you want to do the ministers first, and then we cannibalise the managers? Because of how pretty much the same that they are.
Right. And yes. So let's see. So I think ministers can also stay the same, and and clerks, with maybe a little bit of touch up.
Oh fuck, hang on. Wrong place. Copy. I do need to go to the loo. Give me a sec, I'll be right back. Oh, I swear. This always takes a toll on my bladder.
Alright. I keep getting Yeah, I keep getting phone calls, so since I'm not at home right now, I have to use my phone.
Makes sense. So jumping into like the ministers and stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think there's anything new to add to the ministers other than, I don't know, they do stuff
I
inside.
think just kind of keep it the same, but maybe just a little bit of a rewrite of
Yeah.
that wording. I'm gonna just paste in the old stuff and then
What was that?
I don't know.
Stand-up comedy time. Uh, thank you for coming to my stand-up comedy. Thank you.
Right, I'm back.
I just kind of copied in the old stuff in there.
You did?
You can look over it.
Fuck it. Just add it in. Yeah. Yeah, right. I just need to remove...
Fix some of that.
Appointed by Monarch. Is this really the... the shit for ministers?
Approved by guardianship, so I just kind of
Oh, they are no longer approved by the guardianship. It's strictly appointed by Monarch and the Prime Minister from now on. Maybe managers we can have confirmed by the council. Be a member of Caveton. Be 14 years old or older. Feel like that's a given. Yeah. There we go.
That's what you're gonna write for clerks.
Nothing. Yeah. Clerks don't do much.
Or just depending on what the
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean clerks don't really do anything, especially advertising clerks.
well, I mean, yeah,
I feel so bad for Q, honestly. Oh, the one thing, shit, the one thing I did forget to put in the guards section, is have to fill in for clerk positions when needed.
guards do that.
Only because, like, other than moderation, guards won't be doing anything.
And I think that's okay.
And while that is okay, we kind of still need people to, like, do clerk positions if they're free and open. So, like, with...
They can become a clerk the normal way, though.
yeah, they can. But, with guards, it's a part of their job. You moderate, you, like, while being a guard, it's your job to keep the server stable, running effectively, and people aren't, like, killing each other. And frankly, server can't really run effectively if the ministers are crumbling. So, yeah.
Yeah, especially Jack, you need to look at it this way. The reason why putting that is also a very important step is we already, as is, are sort of struggling to fill in the staff positions, and by adding, for example, overseers, we already added like a second layer to all of this, which will put us into more issues. So by this, we would score the battle against having that issue, you know.
Fair enough. Yeah, so that's fine. We can keep it in. Reasonable.
Right, sorry, right. 14 years old or older, chosen by monarch and prime minister, no term limit.
And I assume we're getting rid of the 2-week thing that we used to do.
What? For clerks?
For ministers, the old system was like, be 2 weeks and then the Guardian would have to re-vote to confirm them. But we can't really leave the never.
Yeah, fuck that, we're just not doing that anymore.
I'm with you there. Yeah, fuck it.
There are just some stuff that just don't need doing, that being one of them. Right,
The joke that
hasn't accused of being social erosion within the past 6 months. That needs to be pretty much a given in all of them. No, hasn't been banned or convicted, not accused. There we go. I feel like that's the basic, right? Does everyone agree?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
reasonable, yeah.
Damn.
Looks good to me.
We could genuinely be finished with this. This week. The ROTC could be completely done this week. Yay.
unless of course people complain harder and want to
I'm sorry, if people complain and they want another vote, they can shove it up their ass. I need a staff team. I need people to start, like, doing shit. I need people to start,
Right, yeah.
not forcing me to, like, just, like, live in this constant pain. So,
If they want change after ROTC4, they can become council and do it themselves.
yeah.
Mhm.
And also, if we can get this done by the end of this week, we'll have elections by the end of this week for council. Just because, fuck it. Because we really, really need people to run, and we really, really need people to exist and shit.
So that kind of was the old clerk things.
Jesus, really? Fucking hell.
This one is super short, yeah.
Right, let's underline those. Let's make that the Like the fact I couldn't remember like requirements and like what the fuck the other one was, and so I just ended up putting cans and canouts, and like it's stuck. The one that's pretty much the same. Actually, these two are probably. Is that everything? That pretty much would be basic requirements.
Yeah.
That basically sums it up. Yeah.
Right, manager's time, baby. Right, so we want to cannibalize what we've already got.
Quickly copy, paste, and then add in.
So paste. Just give me a bit more space in between these, so it's evident what is what. Sorry, I'm just going through, giving us more space. Managers. Right, okay. Why the fuck is that underlined? Okay. They're appointed by the monarch and prime minister, but now for managers are basically the minister for Red Light and Aurora Peaks. Do we want them to be?
Any other proxy server that
Hmm?
may be made. or
Yeah.
Brought
Yeah,
under.
like it should be general. So like if we make what's just like a Roblox server, for instance, that can be out of this.
The one's in charge of Red Light and any future proxy servers, proxy stuff. Okay. Now, I think for a manager, we up the age requirement to be 16.
That's good with me.
Simply because of like the seriousness of what they're dealing with. I also think up for 2 weeks to it's the same for guards. 4 weeks. Do you want to make it so they have to be in the server for 4 weeks before they're? No one's saying anything.
Can we also make sure that the minister is also like a part of the server, or not the minister, right? The manager. Make sure the manager is gonna be like a part of the server that they are managing. I guess you could say.
A part of the.
We could say, so actually we have an issue here. We need to call these, like, we need a good name for like Red Light and
Region.
I don't like that name. I think we should use space, like we can call it a space for the community.
We could just call it a proxy server, literally.
Eh,
Yeah, sounds better. Honestly, I found no offense, but I think space.
that's fair. I mean, district.
Alright.
I don't know. It's just
Still putting region.
Region also sounds bad, but I at least find it better than space. But I agree with Ichigo. Proxy server sounds like the most easy way to go about it.
There we go. Proxy. A part of the proxy they are managing. Are we having it so the council has to vote on the matter?
I think they should be approved by the council. Yeah.
Hang on, wait. If they're appointed by the monarch and prime minister, and then they're voted on by the council, we've already got one vote. That's fine.
No, like the monarch will like appoint it and the council approves it, just like how the judges.
Wait. I know. I feel like okay, right. Appointed by the monarch strictly, and then confirmed by a election, by a vote by the council. There we go. Right, the cans and cannots. Do you think they should be able to do anything else? This also means that once this has been passed through, I guess I will be in charge of red light. Oh, that'll be nice. Who am I going to appoint to be in charge of red light? Ooh, that'll have to be something I can think about.
Rubio, no.
No.
There's people there.
Yeah, I'll find someone. Someone can run red light for me. Oh wait, I might need someone to be in red light to like tell me that they are actually doing their job.
Really cool.
So the thing with the red light is Frot's already put in 2 people to be staff for them.
Well, that they might all be gone, or that all might be changed.
Okay.
Because I'm not concerned what already exists there. I'm more concerned about what will be there under what we are providing. So yeah. If it goes, it goes. If it changes, it changes. If it doesn't change, then I don't fucking care. Okay. Whew. Right. Managers. Is that it then?
I think so. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be added.
Are we done?
It's possible, yeah.
Holy shit. This is big.
No, this is it. Yeah, there's still some more.
Oh, we've done the main positions. We've got all the staff stuff done. Right, what else needs to be done?
So, if you go to the ROTC 3,
Where the fuck is
So
ROTC?
obviously, all the
Nuke Center,
middle
maybe.
stuff in between the roles needs to be filled in. But I mean, that sounds like a judge's job to me.
That probably will be.
Don't say it so shadily. Fuck you.
Look, bro, that's what the people voted for, okay? That's what the people wanted, not me.
Yeah, we gotta think about the people.
I hate the people.
So do I.
so
And Nuke, the way things are going, you're probably gonna be the second in charge. Because I don't trust anyone else. No offense.
Fuck's sake.
So, some of the stuff we still need is Section 3, which deals with explains the election process and the referendum process. We need Section 4, which just explains the bans process, like and then the big one is Section 5, which are the emergency procedure.
Fuck it. Let's do the emergency I know, like.
Section 5 should probably be just imported in entirety. It's,
Do you want to do protocols? Because I know that we've got rid of a few of them. Right, where the fuck is like the ROTC? Like the third arrow.
ROTC.
Really? Where is bot? Where's the bot? Where the fuck are the bot channels? Where are the bot channels? Seriously, where the fuck are the bot station? There we go.
Fuck are you, stupid?
Yeah. I believe it's question mark ROTC, was it?
Yeah, or rotc.lastnote.xyz to get to ROTC 3.
Alright. Here we go. Oh my god, there's definitions and stuff? Yeah, fuck that. We don't need definitions. I'm sorry. That's bullshit.
No, total. There's no. We can't be lazy about it. We have to make sure everything is nice and defined.
Oh my fucking god. It's just
No,
the guards can deal with this. The guards can. I swear the judges can deal with this.
Yep. Leave it to the judges. That's what the people voted for.
Right, contingencies.
I will make sure that every judge hates you.
No. Don't blame total. Don't blame total. Blame the 11 people that voted for the judges to do it.
Hey, I can't blame those people. I mean, they're definitely giving their best to be in this channel for what they can.
I've just figured out how the fuck are the buyback? How the fuck is the buyback gonna work?
You just copy it in.
No. But like, how the fuck is the buyback going to work?
It's in the ROTC.
No. Think about who the current monarch is. How the fuck is the buyback going to work?
You just get rid of the credits.
I hope you have a PayPal account.
I don't have a job.
Although, the thing
Yeah,
is,
that's gonna.
that all refers to the actual monarch, which is still front. You're just acting monarch.
Oh no, after this I will be the acting monarch. Once this ROTC's done, I'm getting my prime minister, I'm getting everything. Fuck this. I need to start being able to run shit. Right, now let's have a look at this contingencies. Right. Can I just copy paste all of these contingencies? No. I can't copy this table because I don't have editing perms. Can I? Right, this might look disgraceful. Oh, no, never mind. Guys, I did it.
Make sure that we have the lockdown, the new lockdown clause defined.
That's already somewhere. Right, lockdown. Yeah, we're naming all of these plans. I'm not going with M1, M2, M3, M4, G1, G2, G1, one power situation.
They all were just from state of emergency 1 through like 0.5, and then they got the letters.
Right, we don't need the abuse of power situation because that involves total control. And total control no longer exists. So are we getting rid? Right, where do you want to start then for this table? The top or the bottom?
Top, go to the top.
Alright.
Damn, that was a very sensitive question. Goddamn.
Alright. Restoration situations. The situation. The monarch or acting monarch announces they cannot lead for a specific amount of time, goes down the line of succession. We agree, right?
That's fine. Yeah, I think those ones are fine.
Guard lockdown. Guard elections fail. Monarch elections fail or are impossible. The guardship takes on the role of the monarchy.
So basically, I think that should be the council one. Like, let's say the monarch and PM. So this is if the monarch and PM are both gone. This is what happens.
Monarch elections fail. Wait until 2 weeks. If they can't come back or contact the acting monarch to establish a deadline for the turn during that time, have the judges organise an election. Right, that needs to be. There we go. Everything's done in British English now, boys. British English for the future. If they don't come back,
Colonizing starts again.
yeah. It's the one thing the judges are all going to have to be okay with. The ROTC is in British English because it's on my computer. So, right. M3 or council lockdown. Monarch elections are impossible. The council. The council takes on the role of the monarchy with the prime minister with the most seniority as acting monarch until a new monarch is elected. And yeah,
Doesn't make sense.
no, well, it never mentions the prime minister leaves.
Maybe.
Hang on, wait. It would just have to be we elect a new council then. If the acting monarch disappears, elect a, that being the prime minister, that goes to the council then, right? One of the council will take over, and then elections will start being held to fill out the rest of the council. Right? What do you guys think? It's starting to hurt my head.
Give me a second.
But that's not... But that's not because... Oh, for God's sake, is it still going on?
Immediately continue it.
So if we're trying to go down the path of progression, if the monarch were to disappear, then the prime minister would take over,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so then at that point, wouldn't we rather just have, if it were to come to it that the prime minister taking over was a permanent thing, then wouldn't we just want to do a prime minister election or appoint a new prime minister and not have the council like get split up in that way?
Well, since the elections are impossible. Well, maybe.
I'm just going to completely get rid of the current solution, though, yeah. Right, monarch elections fail or are impossible.
Honestly, I'm saying that maybe we just get rid of that.
Really?
I'm trying to figure out why it'd be impossible or fail. Well, we also have that line of succession.
Yeah, the line of succession is you go down... Hang on, wait, no, we don't need that because we've already written how the elections all work. So we wouldn't need what we have done anyway, because if the Prime Minister leaves, that's a council position lost. If we have two council positions lost, or it's one at the beginning of the 3 month, like one in the first 2 months of the beginning, then you have a new council election anyway, and then that fills up all the spots anyway. And it's like, oh, like you can't have like that too many councillors. Well, prime minister's an acting council. Right, we're fine. I don't think we need any more than that. Right, G1 and an elite guard, or proxy guard is inactive or disappears.
I think this one's fine.
We just need to get rid of elite guard because we no longer have elite guards.
Well, I don't think we don't have proxy guard either, right? Do we?
Nor do we have proxy guards. It's just guard.
So okay, that's actually a question we should talk about. Is the proxy guards are supposed to be the moderation for proxy, identities. So a proxy guard would be a moderator, like a Minecraft server and whatnot.
Okay.
But the question is, do we want the proxy guards to be the moderators of proxy servers as well? Or is that left to the manager to hire clerks, for the clerks to be moderation of, okay, let's take Red Light for example. would red light have proxy guards as moderators or clerks as moderators? That's the question.
I think it's actually just gonna be clerks because they're already like kind of like upgraded ministers, right?
No, the clerk is directly under a minister. Like the minister has clerks that they can boss around, basically.
So basically, the manager would have their own clerks, which they can say moderate only in red light or whatever.
Okay, then yes, at that rate, then. But I still think that having the proxy guards as a moderator, akin to something like a Minecraft, would still be necessary. But,
Hang on, wait.
At that rate,
We're already what happens if half of the council.
I think bodyguards are just flat out unnecessary because for the early days of Aurora Peaks, all the developers were clerks, right? And like, so if those type of people are just the clerks, you know, maybe they have admin on the server and stuff and moderate. But I don't see a guard style permission for it.
Okay. No, I mean, I was just asking. So if you don't need proxies, then don't need proxies. It's simple as that.
Yeah, simplify what we can. Personally, I don't see the need for J1.
Yeah,
G-
J1.
I guess I was looking ahead.
Oh, it's literally just because they can be Hang on, I'm just reading G1. Like, do they need?
Honestly, I think we need to get rid of that because if the monarch is doing the judges or doing the guards themselves, they can appoint and remove as they please, right?
I think we might have had a clause somewhere up here.
It was something akin to they can appoint and remove willy-nilly, I believe. I know the minister and managers needed approval by Prime Minister, but the guards themselves, I don't believe needed approval. They could just do guards willy-nilly. Or maybe we didn't even define that.
Yeah, it's literally they can appoint guards willy-nilly. So, like there literally isn't anything about like votes of no confidence in guards and stuff. It's literally monarch does it willy-nilly.
So if the guards go inactive or whatever, the monarch can just take them out and bring someone else in. So I think that's fair.
Yeah. So do we need G1 then?
We don't know.
Delete row. One power situations. Only one staff group is active. If the monarch is active, to establish 2 other staff groups. I feel like this is a really niche. Oh fuck, no.
It is. That's the point.
This is very niche, but right. Okay, so a lot of this has to be completely reworded. They can't establish total control as long. Well, it's literally just if the monarch is still active, they just appoint new guards and then start the election for councillors.
Yes.
So they appoint new guards and begin the process to start council election.
Now, okay, so what about the judges? Because there's no judges.
There you go. Right, if the guardship is active,
If it's just the guards that are active, then the server is lost.
yeah, so it's the council.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister becomes active monarch. Proceed to J1 and run monarch elections when the judgeship is re-established. If the judgeship is active, the most senior judge becomes acting monarch and the rest of the judges become temporary guards. I feel like that's fair, right? Judge becomes acting monarch. Hang on, wait, no, they wouldn't become temporary guards because the active monarch can then just appoint guards willy-nilly.
Yeah, so basically, what's not defined in that statement is that there is no definition of head judge. So if this was a possible scenario,
Most senior.
Mhm.
So right now, Bowman has since he has been in position the longest, right?
Yeah.
right? But I mean, at the same time, I mean, as seniority as Bowman is, he's not exactly the most active of the judges as well.
Alright.
So I mean, like that's what it comes to down to. Like, if it were to get down to the nitty gritty, I feel like the judges might start infighting about who's the senior judge. But then
Chooses who the senior judge is.
That's stupid because seniority is always time based. That's like established anywhere. Like you go to work, you go in real government, right?
I guess, well, yes, it might come to a point where the monarch decides that who the most senior judge isn't possibly the most effective judge. So at least this way, it's up to the monarch's discretion.
I'm not too sure, honestly.
I feel like if we have it as it's up to the monarch's discretion who they choose to be the senior judge. However, it's recommended that it's the judge with the most amount of time spent as a judge.
Yeah, the person with the longest the person with the longest amount of time in that position should probably be head judge. But I mean, at the same time, I don't know.
This is literally on a technicality that whoever might be the longest serving judge might not be the best judge as a whole. So this is literally just for that tiny niche.
But the whole point is this is all for the situation where the monarch doesn't exist. So if the monarch doesn't exist, they don't choose the senior judge.
But they would have chosen who the senior judge is beforehand.
Neglected to or
If they neglected to, then we are fucked. If they're neglected to, if they neglect to choose who the senior judge is going to be, then it defaults on whoever has been the longest serving.
so I just don't see the point of them choosing.
Well, then we just keep it as the current system then. Why have I been pinged? Pinged.
I mean, yeah, that works. I don't really have a point to be made about either or, to be honest, because it can go both ways in a situation where it's only the judges, which I don't see that scenario happening. But at the same time, I'm not a fortune teller, so like, you know.
I mean, I personally don't think it'll ever happen, but on the off, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can just keep it the same way. Honestly, I don't think it matters. If the judges start infighting, then that seems like a problem, to be honest.
Okay. Just gonna put here the senior judge is the longest. Oh yeah. Right. If the judgeship, the senior and the rest of the judges don't become guards, because the acting monarch can then appoint the guards.
And then also and then that new monarch would be the one to start the new council election.
Yeah, re-establish the council and monarchy through votes. If no staff is active or this or this plan fails, proceed to survival plan. Survival plan. All three
Probably be kept.
active members run a simple election amongst themselves. The winner becomes the monarch. Proceeds to one power situation. In addition, the members can attempt to contact fraught movie to return to help with stabilization or serve as monarch for a time. Do we keep that?
Yeah, I'd say that's fine. I mean, survival plan's okay.
Conservation plan, dissolve the community away to the activation of Article 5.
Arguably, you haven't happened yet, but that should also be kept.
Yeah, okay. Right, yellow, red, lockdown.
These, I don't see.
Yellow and red I don't think need to be changed.
I don't think we need to keep. I think we can just say like, there's an emergency situation and have rename like red, and then just delete yellow.
There we go. Are we deleting yellow?
I'd say yeah, delete yellow,
Delete row.
and then just change red to emergency.
I've already changed the lockdown stuff, the lockdown guidelines. Removing total control. And then dictatorials.
Honestly, I don't see a reason for yellow anyways.
Yeah, I think red change name to just like emergency state or something,
Emergency protocol.
or just like emergency.
Dictatorial situation. The monarch or acting monarch uses total control. Total control doesn't exist.
Let's say for example the monarch tries to reestablish total control or establish a scenario where it is the only acting power. Then I believe I feel like that's the new definition, is if the monarch or acting monarch tries to establish a situation where it is the only acting power, then that would be described as a dictatorial situation.
The monarch or acting monarch establishes a state of total control, right?
I just forgot the wording I just used, but the monarch or acting monarch tries to establish a state of total control, I guess, or I guess defining that the monarch would be the only acting power.
The guardship can impeach. Would it be the guardship or the council? Or should we have both?
I would say probably the council or judgeship maybe have one of the two of them, maybe, or if not, both of them work together.
There we go.
Because that just falls into the established cans and cannots that we already have for a situation like that, but that would be the official definition of it.
Yeah. I think that's it then. I think that's everything. We're keeping the same credit system.
Yep.
So I might literally just...
No, there's no real big change.
And succession, really? Revival...
Yeah, you need to keep all the section 5 stuff.
Okay, are we just keeping section 5 and section 6?
5.2 doesn't necessarily need to be.
That succession probably needs changing.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but basically 5-3 and yeah, 5-3 should be. Yeah.
There we go. Alright, so it goes to the Prime Minister, the Council, the remaining Council. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then get rid of First Lady or Gentleman.
Yeah, because we took that out in its entirety.
Yeah. Yes.
What did it change?
We are getting rid of Frautia, so the community will no longer be called Frautia.
No, that's already.
That I don't.
It's Caveton now. That's actually.
We're Caveton now.
Yeah, the server is called Caveton, but the community is still technically Fraudia. But I mean, yeah,
Ichigo,
I have
result,
not.
it's already. It already happened. So
Alright. I mean, that's the number one way to piss off Fraudia there, but you know what?
Don't care. It's been don't care. It's been voted on.
ROTC thing. That's already happened.
Yeah. So, may revive the community in order to claim on. This article is to transcend all revisions of this document and any acts that prevent its execution. They must unite to form the new guardship and vote for the next leader amongst themselves.
This one could probably stay in current form. Seems fine.
Rejuvenation. The ROTC is to be rewritten.
I don't know actually. Maybe, but
Hey, Jack, where was that vote put up at?
the results log. If you
No, where was the vote initially proposed, I guess?
in the just the regular proposals chat.
So, was it a proposal that was only voted on by the current guardship? Okay, see, that's where I have a little issue with that. That kind of decision should have been a public vote kind of decision. I mean, I don't know. You guys do you on that, but I mean, the way you went about changing it is a little rough.
It's already been used in practice, and there were referendums in the past to decide Frogger and Caveton, but wasn't like a proper official. So this was the proper and official one.
Alright. I feel like that should have been a public vote, not a guards vote.
I don't think it's that much of an issue,
No,
to be honest. Rejuvenation. All major revisions must be passed by referendum. No revision to this document may remove member rights. Well, shit. We've already broken that. We've removed changed them.
did we remove?
We changed member rights.
Well, I mean, it's been a year since 2022, technically, so I mean, we're just doing what the rejuvenation says.
Yeah,
We're
we
just
could
doing-
remove the member rights stuff so then it changes.
Well, we don't.
Because, like, it's already been, like, we've already changed the member rights. So, like, have we technically, like, removed?
We haven't removed any member rights. We've only added to them, technically.
That's what I've seen. So I
Okay. Okay, right, we'll keep that then. Right, the credits. I think that.
And this will probably be kept in the same.
Yeah, the credits will all stay the same. I think that's it then. This is our bastardized draft of the ROTC.
Well, I think there might be one more thing. As I said, the section that defines the election process, section 3 of the old ROTC, section 3.
I mean, yeah, we'll I mean, I feel like that could be saved for next time. I feel like we're already on like a 2-hour process, right, total?
We want to have that for the next discussion.
We're an hour and a half.
Mm,
We could keep going. I say we just finish this.
No, I say maybe we stop now, let the members be able to like voice their opinions, and then we have a final section in a couple days.
I mean, we've already like gotten everything, haven't we? Oh, it's only staff well-being.
Thing is pressing. I mean, it sounds like I don't want to say their names, but they really want to participate. So maybe total we end this year. We ping them, see when they're available, and we in the last section.
well, I mean, Jack, if we look at the VC, they all look pretty available right now.
Well,
I mean-
I fully agree, Chico, but they also wanted it scheduled in advance, and I said that's fair. You know, wait a few days, wait a week, put them in the RP4 referendum chat, and maybe there's someone else like a Torch or something who wants to give an opinion.
Look, I say we will shove this draft in the referendums channel. I will soon meet with the judges to make sure this is formally written up. And like all of the issues and problems and shit are dealt with. Then I'll throw it at the people. They'll vote on it, and then it passes, and that should all be done by the end of the week.
Right. Just make sure that all the stuff that we've left out doing in between is done by you and the judges.
Yeah, it will.
Just yeah, because we don't want to leave out anything like that.
Right. Okay. So I need to share this, right? Yeah. Share. Anyone that accesses a commenter. Click the link. Right, get the people to debate on it. Actually, do I have... Has anyone, like, actually signed up to do any of...
You mean the
Has anyone, like, actually filled out this form?
vote?
Oh, well, people filled out that form. People fill out...
Oh wait, that was a different one.
Oh, fuck, no, shit. Wrong form.
One.
It's a short form. Has anyone actually used this? There is one. This is a very fraught thing to do.
Well, that one's
I'd like to further elaborate on Discord, but I wanted to leave this here in case you guys do a cavecast discussion first. Anyway, I proposed a deputy prime minister. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. We really don't need a deputy prime minister. Like, what we've got already now covers all bases.
I mean, technically, the council would act as that deputy prime minister anyways.
Yeah. Well, people really just like to complain. Well, I think that's it. We are done. I believe. Let me share. Copy link. Paste. At debate. At debate ping. There you go. There we go. This will then go off to be done by me and the judges. Then we will then put it to the people with a vote. We'll have a session like this for the people. Me and the judges doing it. We will just probably just do it amongst us all. And then yeah, that's it. It's done. It's official. That gets voted on and blah 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 blah. So yeah, thank you to everyone that participated. Thank you to everyone that didn't participate. Probably stop streaming. I'd like to thank Ichigo, Jack, Nuke, respectively, because of the longevity of them being here. I think that's about it, right?
I think so, yeah.
I'd like to thank all the YouTube viewers for watching.
No one on YouTube, no one on YouTube watched. But if you guys did watch, thank you. I don't know why the fuck you would spend so much time listening to get up to this point. Anyway, we should probably end. Now's a very good time.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Alright, ended the stream.